Grace and peace. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. My hotep. Namaste. Free the land, beloved. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Welcome to a special early edition of the Vicki Show. We are so pleased that you are with us today. I certainly need your help today, beloved, because someone was on just before me and the notifications didn't go out. So we welcome you first and foremost to a special edition, early edition of the Vicki Show. Yes, our Friday fire war briefing. We want you to come on in, giving us the thumbs up with you. Come on in, giving us the thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like, be sure to share. You can text the word Queens to 31996 so that you're able to receive phone notifications when we go live from time to time. I am so pleased to be with you today, and I want to get moving right away. Let me go ahead and see about letting my Instagram family know that we are here live. I'm going to tell them that really quick. So I thank you all for your patience while I do that. As you continue to give us the thumbs up, be sure to like and share. Be sure to like and share. Hi, Instagram. Welcome, Instagram. This is Vicki Dillard. We're doing a special early edition of the Vicki Show on FlyNewBeQueenTV.com. I see folks on my messages saying, where are you? Because we got a little late, started a little late, but I had to wait until the previous Lioness Crown was off. So family, come on in, giving us a thumbs up, like and share. Instagram, get ready to come on over to FlyNewBeQueenTV.com. Instagram. Come on over to FlyNewBeQueenTV.com because I'm going to need to use this device. Thank you so much, family, for your patience. I want to let you know before I get started on this a very interesting subject today, one that I frankly did not initially intend to weigh in, especially at this time. But I feel like I should. I feel led to do so. And I'm looking forward to our conversation here in just a moment, discussing this fairly recent new social media person, Kevin Samuels, who apparently does a lot of talk on relationship advice, as well as Dr. Umar Johnson, which many of you may already be familiar with him. I've actually interviewed Dr. Umar Johnson a couple of times, and I'm going to briefly refer to some of that and bring my perspective, a divine feminine perspective, to what I believe is going on at this time. And I will explain to you why I'm having this discussion. Right now, I want the moderators to focus on putting the links for the secret money in your womb. Everything else needs to wait, okay? What I want you to focus on right now is that this is the last day before tomorrow's very, 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 very special, backed by popular demand, part 3, the secret money in your womb. The secret money in your womb is a 2-hour intensive webinar where I'm breaking down some of the unique traits of the divine woman, our ability to manifest using our womb. Tomorrow's emphasis, I told you, is part 3, right? The secret money in your womb, part 3. The subtitle is Money Talks. Yes, Money Talks. Now, this is a metaphysical or spiritual webinar, but I am a spiritual person because I understand that everything you see came from everything that you can't see. I want you to understand that because everything you see came from everything you can't see, you have a strategic and a divine advantage when you master the spirit realm for your life. That doesn't mean that you're a know-it-all. That doesn't mean you've gone through a whole bunch of different initiations and a whole bunch of spiritual and religious licensing that maybe other folk have gone through. I just mean that this is a regular part of your life. You are in tune, you are aligned, and you are in divine flow. Are you hearing me? So by doing this course, it's to emphasize that women manifest differently from men. And so I want to drop more spiritual, ancient wisdom that I've received, and I will be channeling for you, my dear sisters, on tomorrow. This is the perfect Mother's Day gift. We're going to be talking about money talks. So there's 2 ways that you can attend. Again, this is tomorrow, Saturday, May 8th, 2 p.m. Eastern. Two ways you can attend. You can go to flynubianmastermind.com. The link is in the chat. Thank you, moderators. Flynubianmastermind.com. The link is in the chat. That way you can just pay the very inexpensive fee, especially for what I drop, baby. You can go there and pay the very inexpensive fee at flynubianmastermind.com. Or if you join my weekly mastermind, which this is a huge bonus, if you join my weekly mastermind for only $1, you get free access. So you get you basically are attending my mastermind. You're getting 4 free weeks of a live mastermind for only $1 and really for free. And then the next month, it's a very, very reasonable rate if you choose to stick with it. And I'm telling you, it's well worth your time. So make sure that you connect with us. The first way you can join is if you want to just attend the 2-hour webinar and that's it, just go to flynubianmastermind.com. That's flynubianmastermind.com. If you join my weekly mastermind today for only $1, you're basically getting an entire month's free of heavy, weighty, metaphysical insight. And then the next month, it's just a very nominal fee to continue joining. And by joining clubvicki.com, which is my weekly mastermind, you get access to my previous The Secret Money in Your Womb webinar. You can't beat that with a stick. And this is very inexpensive. I do a collaboration with the network, and what I'm dropping and the life-changing jewels there is well worth way more. But because we are recognizing where some of our people are, we are honoring and respecting where you are. So we have priced it at this particular price. So make sure you check it out. 2 ways to join. Go straight to flynubianmastermind.com or go to clubvicki.com for $1. Brothers, you're not off the hook. This is a perfect Mother's Day gift for the woman in your life, the wife in your life, the mother in your life. If you have a daughter that has a child or children, this is a perfect gift. Cash App, PayPal, whatever. Give them the cash. Tell them to join this. Brothers, you can also sponsor other people. You do not have to be a mother. In fact, I suggest even young teenage females attend my mastermind, because there's no better time than the now to tap into your unique and divine feminine energies and traits. Are you hearing me? This is very important. Again, tomorrow, Saturday, May 8th, 2 p.m. Eastern, backed by popular demand, The Secret Money in Your Womb. You don't want to miss this. We're going to be emphasizing money talks. Don't miss it, sis. flynubianmastermind.com. Go there to join. Or if you join my weekly mastermind at clubvicki.com, that's clubvicki.com. For $1, you get access free. You get access free. So everybody, on the count of 3, please hit that thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share. Somebody said, how much is it? Go to the website and see. Talk black to me. Go to the website and see. It's called flynubianmastermind.com, and the price is there. It's very inexpensive is what it is. And you signing up for my clubvicki.com, my weekly mastermind for $1 is just flat out cheap. Period, point blank, end of story. And whatever you're paying the following month, a whole 4 weeks out, is well underpriced. But we want to make sure that you can have access to this and join our new movement. Are you hearing me today? So come on in, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Like and share. On the count of 3, for those of you that haven't, hit that thumbs up button. Again, I know I'm on early, a new time. Some of you were coming looking for me a few minutes ago. You were blowing me up saying, where are you? But I had to wait until Lioness Crown was finished. I like to show respect so I don't jump into somebody else's show. But I had to wait till she was finished, and I'm finally on. But I'm on early today. I don't want to be on too long. I want to get straight to the point. I always believe at the right time, the right people will hear this broadcast. But you can help us let other folks know that we're here by giving us the thumbs up. If you're watching us on another platform, please like, follow, and share, including you, Instagram. You're not off the hook. Instagram, you can tell everybody that you know to tune into the Vicki Show on YouTube, Fly Nubian Queen. Somebody says that that's their birthday, 42 tomorrow. All right, beloved. So make sure you connect with us and make sure that you attend and invest in yourself with The Secret Money in Your Womb, Money Talks. Join today for $1, clubvicki.com. That's my weekly mastermind. You get in free if you do it that way, or go straight to flynubianmastermind.com. The links are in the chat. Keep flooding the links for the next minute or two, and then we'll move forward with the links. By the way, when I say the links, our beautiful moderators that's highlighted in blue in the chat, they're putting important links in there, and you can screenshot it, or you can, and if you miss it, or just click on it. And if you miss it, just rewind your screen and you'll see it. Even live, you can rewind the screen. Thank you so very much. And don't come alone. Bring your daughters, bring your mother-in-law, bring your daughter-in-law, bring your sister-in-law, bring the ladies from your church, bring the Girl Scouts, bring your sorors. You do not want to attend this alone. We are pushing a new revolution and a new way of thinking and being. Somebody black talk black to me. Thank you all so much that are doing it. And thank you for your patience while I did this commercial and so forth. Okay. Somebody said, excellent job. Thank you, beloved. Now let's get ready to set up what we're going to talk about briefly, again, for today's brief war briefing. In the first place, there has been, over the years, several Black male YouTubers providing content, doing shows, using the internet to give relationship advice. And many of them have had a particular and a specific emphasis on giving advice to Black women, correcting Black women, telling Black women where they're missing the mark, demeaning Black women, disrespecting Black women, talking down to Black women. And there is a scale of how egregious some of them are. Somebody talk black to me. This type of show is different and unique for me. Most of you probably are unfamiliar with me getting into detail about relationship folk. And I try to avoid some of them because unfortunately I've been the target for some. Talk black to me. Oh, we got the gavel today. Somebody said, Vicki, your hair is laid. Thank you, beloved. Love lace. I'm your sister with the curly braids. Y'all know I wear curly braids. But I thank you so much for your kind words. Watch this. And so I've avoided doing it, not because I don't have the wherewithal, the intellectual capacity, and the oral supremacy to crush them. Let's just let that brew and simmer. And I'm going to take a sip of water. Talk black to me. I said I have intentionally and strategically avoided having certain discussions and calling out certain Black male internet talking heads that claim they're giving relationship advice, but the main target of their advice tends to be Black women, the disrespect of Black women, the demeaning of Black women, the mocking of Black women, the making fun of Black women. I've avoided some of that because I said I've been the target for some of them. And I've made it clear that I did not avoid such conversations because I lack the intellectual capacity to do so or the oral supremacy to crush them. That's easy. That's not even kindergarten level stuff for me. That's, what is it? Head Start. God, today level stuff. God, today. And so I choose not to give energy to that part of the internet because I don't want to unnecessarily give momentum to your madness, God, today. And so while I know that folk attacking me, watch this, male and female, God, today, is not 100% avoidable because of the nature of what I do and me being a public figure, no matter how big or small you may consider me to be. It comes with the territory. But I do what I can to not unnecessarily give fodder and gas to the nothingness of it all. Somebody say the nothingness of it all. Now, Now that I've said that, I want to also make it clear that there are those who I believe are actually on social media who have the Black family's interest at heart. And so whatever content they're providing, some of them genuinely are doing it out of love. Some of them are genuinely doing it out of concern for the state of the Black family. But not all. And there is a difference. I need you to understand, and understand what I'm about to say. I want you to understand, and overstand. Which one did I say? I need you to understand, and understand what I'm about to say. Because what I'm about to say is from a different perspective. What I'm about to say is from my heart. So even when I was preparing for some of this, I'm like, I'm not just going to even dig up too many articles and bunch of links and stuff, because I want you to hear my heart. This, what I'm about to talk about, Kevin Samuels and Dr. Umar Johnson, is not about attacking either of these folks or saying, hey, let's pick one team over the other. Are you hearing me today? That's not what this is about. This is about the need for me to add my, what I believe, divine, feminine, and spiritual contribution to the topic. Now, let me start with this. Men and women, y'all said, Vicki, you done said this a million times. You right. Men, y'all ain't giving us enough thumbs up, thumbs up. I don't care if you at lunch eating your little chipotle, you eat your little vegan salad or whatever, fasting, you doing Ramadan, whatever you doing, you ought to be moving that finger. The finger ain't on the fast. Thumbs up, share, share, share. Let folks know that the notifications didn't go out. Let folks know that Vicki is on hours early, I know. And let folks know, yes, someone else was just on before me. So these are all the different things that's working. But I want you to give us a thumbs up, like, share, share, share. This is important. This is important not because of these two individuals alone. My conversation is not just about Kevin Samuels in particular. Kevin Samuels is emblematic and symbolic of a whole bunch of you brothers. And watch this, sisters that's giving them energy, money, and attention. And you all are the ones that's leveling them up. This is impersonal. I said this is impersonal. The only reason we're having a discussion about this man is because you all blew him up. Talk black to me. And don't come for me, buttery bussies, sensitive males who have effeminate traits. Be seated, bruh. And you sisters who are broke down and are internally toxic and have low self-esteem and want to cape for somebody because you said, quote unquote, they're telling a little bit of truth. Sis, allow me to present my case before you come for me. My advocacy of relationship to Black masculinity and the elevation of the divine feminine woman is unassailable. Y'all know I ride for hours, so I'm the last one you ought to be confused about where I'm coming from. You off the top know Vicki's heart is good by having this topic, having this conversation. My heart is to see you in healthy relationships, if that's your choice. Heterosexual relationships between a man and a woman, that's what we're specifically talking about today. This ain't no disrespect to nobody else, but this is unique to the male and female because these are the topics that Mr. Kevin Samuels discusses. You're not coming up in here running the Vicki show. This is Vicki giving her perspective. Now, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. You all know I don't believe in having unnecessary trolls, people targeted to be blocked. But if you come here with some stuff, you will be blocked because I'm going to speak first. You get to hear, and then you can let the chips fall where they may. You don't have to agree with me when it's over. But this is called the Vicki Show. Somebody say the Vicki Show. Somebody say the Vicki Show. I got to deal with you like I'm dealing with you now because this is a sensitive topic, and some of y'all have lost your ever-loving minds. So, bruh, sit your emotional self down. Some of you males, sit your emotional selves down. I ride for true black masculinity. I'm the last one you're going to come over here to talking about Kevin Samuels tell the truth. Vicki Dillard tells the truth. Now, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Instagram, get ready to come on over to YouTube, Fly Nubian Queen. Instagram, get ready to come on over to Fly Nubian Queen. Thumbs up, family. Share, share, share. This is how it's going to go. Now, watch this. What did I just say a minute ago? Men and women are different. Somebody repeat after me. Men and women are different. Men and women are different. This is important because some of you speculatively know that. You have head knowledge that men and women are different, but your actions say otherwise. When I'm emphasizing the simplicity and the truth of the fact that men and women are different, I need you to start there because you do not come to the woman the way. Let me hit a note. Do I have a choir today? You do not approach the woman the way you would a man. Now let me help you understand something else. Because our divine nature, notwithstanding what our open enemy has done to the black woman, to the black man, and the black family, our essence and our potential and our destiny, the reality of the woman is still the fact that she is a unique value and gem, even if she's not currently looking or acting like it. But because the Vicki Show is not about keeping us where we are, but where we're meant to go and what we're meant to be. If we want to see the woman operate and manifest as the divine, somebody black talk black to me, we've got to begin to operate and to treat her as if she already is or based on her potential. Now let me go further. You do not get to tell me that Mr. Kevin Samuels' abrasive manner in which he speaks to women is because he's just telling the truth and y'all just take it. Y'all don't want to hear it because he's just telling the truth. The last I checked, we found out that a whole lot of his supporters are women. Don't come to me and disrespect the black woman and say we don't want hard truth when you all know, just like I do, we've had to hold it down in ways that we've had no business having to hold it down. And it's not just because it was the black woman's fault. And while it is a problem, single parent homes, specifically single mothers, you all know, like I do, these are not all single mother homes because the woman drove the man away. Bro, you don't get to get off the hook. It's a single mother home. And the question needs to be, where is dad? But that's another issue. I'm not there yet. Listen. Because the divine essence and nature of the man and the woman is different, you do not get to say he's just telling the truth and y'all just mad because you don't want to hear the truth. We've had to hear the truth that our sons like Tamir Rice is dead. We've had to hear the hard truths that if you don't come up with this money, woman, in 24 to 48 hours, you're going to be evicted, you and your babies. We've had to hear the hard truth that your husband or your man or your provider was unjustly convicted of something and given an outrageous or unjust sentence, and he's going to be gone from you for the next 25 to 30 years, and you're going to have to hold it down. Some of us have had to hear the hard news that somebody else's family was broken up. So in addition to our own babies, we've got to turn around and raise somebody else's. You better go sit your funny looking self down. Think more highly than your sisters, of your sisters than some of you are. It was a young teenage black girl that stood there under threat, that had George Floyd's back. You know better than anybody, it's Vicki Dillard that calls out the League of Mammies. It's Vicki Dillard that calls out black women that uses their power and their influence to back zaddy and white supremacy and disrespect black people. So don't you dare come for me. I got a reputation. I coined the phrase LOM. I coined the phrase League of Mammy. You better ask Amanda Seals, and it appears somebody messaged me. A top brother messaged me. A top influencer messaged me. And because of his message, I was looking into something and found out it looks like she may have even blocked me because of my show. Sis, that's a badge of honor. Y'all better talk to Okra and Kel. Y'all better ask Jamil Hill. Y'all better ask the other League of Mammies that I call out on a regular basis. I ain't the one, bruh. So let's be clear. Don't come to me like I'm some other YouTuber that you confused about whether or not they love black men or the black family or not. Now that we've made that clear, when I first started to hear some of Mr. Kevin Samuel's content, I really was indifferent. I agreed with some of it. I wasn't offended. But the more and more clips and the more I realized that some of you guys were engaged in a lot of this. See, I have to get involved in stuff that a lot of you get involved in. See, because I'm connected to the grassroots, there are topics and subjects that I have absolutely no interest in. But because my people are there, those topics begin to intrigue me. Not normally or naturally, because that ain't my thing. Because Kevin Samuels is not the only one that has used strong and what some might say offensive language about black women. Now, I know some of you all are going to say, well, he's told brothers stuff too. I saw a clip of Mr. Samuels asking a black man how big he was. He wanted to know how big his package was. And he basically told the brother that if you don't have a big package, basically, and you don't make decent money, you don't really have the right to desire a top-notch woman. In so many words, I'm paraphrasing. That's a one-off. You may be able to show me one or two other little clips where he's talking to the brothers, but you all know we don't do stupid and we don't do lies on the Vicki show. I'm a spiritual woman, baby. So you don't get to give me the exception or the rare occasions that he's addressing men. His overall and main target is women. That's what I'm addressing, is his main target is black women. Now, I'm being honest by saying I didn't have a problem with the brother in the beginning, even though he may have said some things that maybe some sisters, thought at first was kind of disgusting. But I said, hey, this is this man's opinion. And I'm not trying to brag, family. I'm really not. And I'm really not. But I know who I am. And so I'm just so unbothered. So it's just not a lot of stuff that just gets under my skin like that. It doesn't matter how much power or glory one appears to have. Baby, it's never about Vicki. Aren't you concerned about what they're saying about you? It's always henceforth, even forevermore. No, it's you better be wondering what Vicki's thinking about you. No, it's never that way for me. And it wasn't always that case. I, like every other woman, have my own insecurities. I'm someone that deals with a medical issue. I'm dealing with stuff related to my organs, things related to my skin, things related to my weight, things related to other symptoms that's too numerous for me to count. I'm a public figure. I'm used to you all, some women too, coming for the way I look and doing shows on it, being in my DMs, in my comment sections, talking about it. Notice how I'm still breathing, how I'm still leveling up. Notice how I'm still moving forward and how I'm still manifesting and living my very, 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 very best cosmic intergalactic life. So this is not just about Vicki. I'm dealing with this subject today because this deals with Black power. This deals with the Black family. This deals with the war we're in. My presentation on the Vicki Show is different from my, whether romantic, whether platonic, whether familiar or business relationships and partnerships off the screen. My unique purpose, my spiritual purpose, the manner in which I speak, the intensity has to do with energy and power. So don't misconstrue my approach here with how I am in my day-to-day relationships. This is my unique assignment on earth as a teacher. This is my assignment. This is a unique role. Now that I've made that clear, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, 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 share. Instagram, come on over to flyNewBeingQueenTV.com because I need to use this device. Thank you so much. By the way, family, you can follow me on Instagram later when you get a chance at Vicki X Dillard. That's Vicki X Dillard. Follow me on Instagram at Vicki X Dillard. Vicki X Dillard. Okay, let me finish uploading this on my Instagram page. While I'm doing this, please make sure that you're signing up for tomorrow's amazing The Secret Money in Your Womb Part 3. Excuse me. You Are the Money Talks, backed by popular demand. Part 3. The Secret Money in Your Womb. The Secret Money in Your Womb. The Secret Money in Your Womb. Join. Sign up today. You can go to flyNewbiaMastermind.com to pay the full price just to attend the special 2-hour webinar tomorrow. I'm going to be breaking down unique gems, spiritual secrets of manifestation for the Black woman. Or that was an accident, family. That was on Instagram. Somebody's little page popped up on accident when I was trying to clear it out. Okay, watch this. You can go to flyNewbiaMastermind.com and pay the full price, which is very, 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 very inexpensive for what you're going to be getting. Or if you join my weekly mastermind at clubvicki.com, you can get in for only $1. If you join my clubvicki.com for the first month, it's basically free, and you're getting heavy, 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 heavy content for an entire month. Plus, you get into tomorrow's 2-hour webinar for free. That's clubvicki.com. The link is in the chat. So go to clubvicki.com, Club VICKI, join for $1, or go to flyNewbiaMastermind.com. This is a perfect Mother's Day gift, but it is not, I repeat, it is not just for mothers, okay? This is for every woman. That's why I'm saying even young, older teenagers, I believe it's an appropriate age for them to tune in as well so that they can understand the secrets of their unique and divine feminine powers. That's the perspective from which I'm speaking on this subject today. I have no malice, no ill will against Kevin Samuels or even Dr. Umar Johnson. Don't get me twisted. Somebody talk black to me. Honey, I love myself so much. I'm improving myself so much. I have zero hate for any negative ways I was treated by men in my life. And I was treating them so good that many years later, talk black to me. They still trying to make it work with me. Somebody talk black. So don't ever get me twisted. I'm not some bitter nobody. I'm doing this for the sake of the overall Black society. And this is important. David said, please don't hate on Kevin. David, sit yourself down. David, sit yourself down, and those that's like you, you just listen. Don't tell me what to do. I'm going to flow the way I want to flow, even if my supporters get mad. Vicki is a truth teller. I don't want to see no man up in here caping for no other man like that. That's a feminine thing. God, I can't even get my disclaimer out. Brothers, let me tell you something. It's a feminine trait when you brothers spend a whole lot of time protecting another man. That's femininity. Femininity. Men don't do that. Men don't do that. Masculine men. Let me fix that. Masculine men don't do that. Masculine man knows that another masculine man can hold his own pistachios. And you're going to keep playing with me. You can hold your own peanuts. This is how I know this is deeper. This is why I'm telling y'all this is not personal about Kevin Samuels. Didn't I say that? The reason it's not personal is because those of you that's defending him, you see yourself as Kevin Samuels. That's why I said this is bigger than Kevin, and it's not personal. Vicki loves Black society. That's my reputation. You better check it. But not see no more males up in here talking about some, don't, Vicki, don't. That's what you're supposed to do for your woman and your children. Because the two major aspects that a man's supposed to have is to be the provider and the protector. I've taught you that for years. Providing and protecting your woman and children. All of that extracurricular stuff like that supposed to be for them. That's why I'm having this topic, because y'all doing too much. I don't have no ill will against either one of these brothers. I hadn't even done my content. You scared. You shaking in your boots. Vicki, don't go. Please don't go. Vicki, please. That's femininity. That's not becoming of a man, a masculine man. To be sitting here caping for no other man like that. I gotta undo what white America done did to y'all. I'm trying to break your butt. God, today I'm trying to unbreak you. I know I wasn't in the movie like I was originally meant to be. But Vicki does butt breaking all the time. More than most women. You know Vicki put it down about that black masculinity, that butt breaking. I'm here to deliver you today. Don't rush me. Don't tell me to get on with it. Don't tell me what to do. The more you do that, I'm going to wait on, we're going to wait on the Lord. And the Lord is manifesting through me right now. Talk black to me. Now let me read this disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Now, there have been many videos that I've seen, obviously. I really wanted to get a video that showed some back-to-back content of some of Mr. Kevin Samuels' podcast that will give you a little bit of insight of how he kind of does what he does. But the reason why I'm talking about whether or not Kevin Samuels has met his match in Dr. Umar Johnson, and I put on my Instagram page not too long ago the fact that Kevin Samuels calls out Dr. Umar Johnson, and some of you were saying, well, Dr. Umar called him out. That might be true based on what I've seen and what I've read. Most of what I've seen and read about Dr. Umar is Dr. Umar didn't really specifically use names in the pieces. He was talking generally, but I do absolutely. Is it my opinion that Dr. Umar was specifically also referring to Kevin Samuels? Yes, I absolutely do believe it. I absolutely do believe that Dr. Umar Johnson was specifically addressing Kevin Samuels. But because in some of the clips that I saw, he didn't specifically say his name, I just wanted to be honest with you about what I saw. Now, there may be some other updated videos that have come out where he specifically said his name or some other manner of communication. That's fine. But I'm just saying the reason why I'm saying it this way is because I specifically know that Kevin Samuels specifically mentioned Dr. Umar's name. So let's get on into it without further ado. Now, it's interesting on this Essence magazine, which I was really surprised by this, to be honest with you. They just put out a piece, Essence. Essence had the nerve, and there was several. Y'all know Vicki does her research. You all already know that I've already pulled up all kinds of stuff. So when I'm reading to you from certain print outlets, it's for a reason. Now, this is Essence recent headline. This is Essence headline. They just put this out a day or so ago, the 6th. Family, come on in, give us a thumbs up, thumbs up. You all know no notifications went out. You know I'm way early today, so most folks don't even, a lot of people don't know I'm here. I did post on my Instagram page and social media not too long ago that I was going to come early. And then also, I got mentioned no notification. So let everybody know that we're on early today. I'm doing a special show, okay? Tell them that their sister with the curly braids is here. The sister with the curly braids. The sister with the curly braids is here. Now let's get ready to get into this. So Essence is talking, right? Essence just put out a piece and says the woke tip / YouTubian wars began as Dr. Umar Johnson calls out Kevin Samuels. Now, first of all, for the reason why I'm emphasizing this about Essence, this lets you know just how useless Essence is. Now, Essence is putting out, I believe, put out, what's the Sesame Street star's name? What's the Sesame Street, the black man who wears all them dresses and twitches and twirls? Porter. I remembered it this time. You know, normally he's a forgettable. The Sesame Street star, Porter. What's his first name? What's Porter's first name? I don't know why I'm sitting here remembering his last name. Billy Porter. Thank you. So Billy Porter, the Sesame Street star, and I say Sesame Street family, not tongue in cheek. Google it. Billy Porter made appearances in Sesame Street, twitching and twirling with his dress on. Little Billy go. So for those of you that don't know that, see, once again, some of you all be like, well, Vicki just making fun of people. No, you knew. So Billy Porter was placed, Essence was doing pieces on Billy Porter. I think he was on the cover. This is how useless some of your alleged black publications are. That's why I brought that up. So Essence and them know that nobody really is studying them. Ebony, Essence, Roland Martin, them types. Even I'm not even gonna name some of the other ones because you see some of them now trying to come on YouTube saying that they the black news now. The very ones that said to us, social media is so toxic. Those official black news outlets, news shows, now they all trying to say they the black media and they getting their little shows on YouTube. Did y'all notice that? It's all good, baby. Ain't none of us intimidated. The real black media is not intimidated by the old dead black media trying to level up. That's what I just think is funny. I think it's funny because y'all was feeling yourself on the mainstream channels, corporate channels, white channels, cable shows, but all of y'all that was disrespecting us because we got a voice, you the very ones now trying to get shows and stuff on YouTube. But nevertheless, Essence has been so misaligned with black society. Essence has been pushing the Billy Porter agenda. Essence and others like Essence have not truly been about the elevation of black people like they once were. So that's why we have to call them out. So it's interesting. I said all that to say it's interesting that now they're weighing in on this. This lets you know the power of those of you who are in the grassroots that give momentum to these two individuals. It lets you know just how serious things are now that Essence has decided to cover this. And by the way, Essence is being disrespectful by saying woke tip. See, that's a disrespect and an alternative way of hitting on Hotep. Hotep is a black ancient saying that's supposed to be sacred. And it's to disrespect those of us who they consider to be conscious and woke. And so because they're disgusted by one or two conscious or woke people that they don't like, they turn around and label a lot of people that speak about black issues, black consciousness, and holding white supremacy accountable. They throw us all in that negative saying. So anybody that uses phrases like hotep, like Amanda Seals, who just blocked me, I believe, on Instagram, people that misuse that phrase, any black person that uses the word hotep as an epithet, you should be looking at them sideways. But I digress. Let me move on. I'm not going to spend too much time on all that. Watch this. So they cover the topic. Here's what they said. Late night Twitter was ablaze after video surfaced of Dr. Umar Johnson and Kevin Samuels engaging in a bit of respectability beef. I'm going to skip here. It says, for reasons that have yet to be disseminated through our third eyes, Dr. Umar delivered an earth, wind, and fire-sized thunderclap directed at Samuels's practice of antagonizing black women and the men like him who champion the same. Referring to them as the dirty dozen of division, Dr. Umar went on Instagram Live to air out his transgressions. It says, considered a YouTubian opportunist, Samuels, Johnson says, is profiting from and dedicated to slandering, criticizing black women who don't emulate Eurocentric standards of beauty and success. Now, let's listen to a couple of clips here. Again, I've already read the Copyright Act of 1976, so this is already covered under this, even though some of this stuff I don't even need to read that for because this is all social media stuff. It's supposed to be for fair use anyway, but I like to follow the rules and cross my T's and dot my I's. Meanwhile, family, I'm going to need you to keep giving us a thumbs up, share while I cue this. I want you to give some context to what I've read to you. I want you to listen to a couple of clips from each of these men. Thumbs up, share. Let everybody know the Vicki Show is on early today. Let me get the sound.
The Triple D, the Dirty Dozen of Division. There's about 12 members of the Dirty Dozen of Division, 12 beta males, YouTube life coaches, who are trying to build a platform by making black women feel bad. I don't like it. I can't appreciate black men trying to make a dollar off of making black women feel bad. And unfortunately, our black women, some of them are so thirsty for validation that they're participating. They're participating in the attacks and slander against the black female community. And that's not acceptable. That's not acceptable. No black woman should ever subject herself, even for amusement. Even for amusement, the black.
Let's stop there. Now, that's the general, one of the clips. There's, like I said, there's some other things that's out there that Dr. Umar has said, and many believe that he was referring to Mr. Kevin Samuels. The reason why, once again, you all see the way I did the headlines is because I'm not saying that Dr. Umar has never said Mr. Kevin's name, but I'm saying the ones that I saw, he didn't specifically say his name, though I believe it's clear he was referring to them. But in fairness, I don't want to say that Dr. Umar specifically, boom, boom, boom. But Kevin Samuels, on the other hand, here's one brief clip, said this.
Right. You mean Dr. Umar Johnson, the man who has 2 children by 2 different women that he never married? Dr. Umar Johnson. The guy for the last 10 years has not built brick one of the school he's collected money from. Dr. Umar, hold on, ma'am. Dr. Umar Johnson, the man who calls you queen, mother, goddess, and all this other kind of stuff. And again, for those who are keeping score, this is another woman who comes on and says, talk to us more like Umar. The Prince of Pan-African, Big Papa's in the house. Roll my donations. I mean, shout out to Umar. I got no problem with the dude, but I think it's funny y'all keep coming over here asking everybody to talk like Umar. Queen Mother God and Cocoa Butter and Sea Moss Gold and shit. Right. You mean Dr. Umar Johnson?
So let's stop it there. that gives you a little bit of insight as to why folks are saying that this is now a thing between these two. I'm making it clear. Dr. Umar, in my opinion, is clearly referring to Mr. Kevin Samuels, but he did not specifically say his name, and he made it clear that he felt that there was like a dirty dozen of them. He made it clear there are several of them. I agree with that assessment that there are several black men that use the internet streets not to better the black family, not to better black society, but specifically to make money and to get more influence by specifically targeting black women. Black women, whether you like it or not, and I'm the one that calls out the League of Mammies. So you better not put me in no category with one of these other anti-black man-hating groups. But it's about us being balanced with this thing and telling the truth. I told you I was the target of some of them. So I know they exist. And unfortunately, black women are an easy target. We're a soft target for some of you. So because you know that folks are about that life of attacking black women, and there's an ease with which some of you do it. And you find a large audience to get you to jump in on it, including some women, some black women, because of the black women that love you all and that follow some of you all don't know who they are. And yes, indeed, some of them are so sick in their own minds that they will seek out male validation even in that abusive state. As was mentioned in previous content, not just by Dr. Umar and others, but this is just a normal deducement an intelligent black person would come to. When someone asks, particularly women that are in physically abusive relationships, why do you stay with this guy who keeps putting you in the hospital? He keeps giving you black eyes. He messed up your sternum. He broke your leg. You survived a bullet. And some of you call that woman an idiot because she continues to go back. That's how some of you all are internally when it comes down to why are certain YouTube or internet experts, why do they blow up? Why do they have so much support? It's that same sickness that's at work in a woman that's in a situation like that. Not only that, let me help you understand. I'm going to give you my mastermind course right now. This is some of the kind of stuff I teach in mastermind. Y'all listen, thumbs up, share, share, share. The reality of the law of attraction. And shout out to my beautiful black conscious women who really teach this for real, for real, for real. And ladies, while you listening, brothers, while you listening, you need to be signing up every woman in your life to join my mastermind tomorrow. Today, one day until tomorrow. Tomorrow is about the secret money in your womb, part 3. I'm going to be talking about money talks. I'm going to be dropping secret gems related to how we manifest as women. Join today by going to flynubianmastermind.com or join my weekly mastermind for $1 at clubvicky.com. The links are in the chat. Don't delay. Make it happen today, sis. It's tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. Bring your daughters and bring every other woman you know. Watch this. Some of you don't really understand the law of attraction. And I've only known maybe 2 practitioners that have taught the law of attraction this way. The law of attraction, the underbelly of the law of attraction is this. And I'm telling you this because this has to do with who you are attracting or who you fail to attract. Which is the reason why some of you brothers and sisters do shows hating the opposite sex, because your individual life is so horrific and so terrible. Your track record of attraction is horrible. You have a felony record when it comes to relationships. So that's how you see the world, and you then project that onto the rest of the world, and then you start to pull for evidence to confirm your multiple failed experiences in relationships. You start looking for evidence outside yourself to prove to other people why you're right. But let me help you understand a spiritual principle that governs these things. Let me give you a spiritual bit of insight. You all want me to just talk about activity and behavior, right? You don't want me to discuss this level, but I got to help you because everything you see came from everything you can't see. So what I'm going to tell you is the key to your mess up. It's a spiritual issue. First and foremost, because we're in a white supremacist world that's responsible for the destruction of the black family. That's number one. Number two, now that you've come into the knowledge of what's happening, you should now be empowered to make some changes because you understand what we've been under. You understand we're at war. Thumbs up, share, share, share. Thumbs up, share, share, share. Thumbs up, share, share, share. Watch this. Watch this. Moderators, pay attention to some of these trolls today. We're going to shut them down today. The ones that's running their mouth talking about masculine energy I have, those that's running their mouth talking about my hair and stuff, baby, you out with the quickness. Vicki don't never say that, but you're going to do it today because I'm finna talk. This is the Vicki show. I've already explained to you the manner in which I do my shows and the energy that I use is a spiritual energy that has to come off the way I do it and the way I interact in my day-to-day life, not as if that's your business. Even though some of you brothers are in my comment section all the time asking to take me to dinner, asking me if I'm married, leaving your phone number, tell me that it's real. Some of you have even given me cash apps with your phone number in the cash app. Bless your little hearts and stuff. The interaction there is different. My function here is different. Don't get them twisted. But even if you do get it twisted, you'll be okay because I'm going to give you some knowledge and some information. You take it or let it alone. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Bruh, this is not the place where you get to spread your pussy. You're not going to spread the pussy all over the world like that in the Vicki show today. Now let me finish. The law of attraction, as many of you all are familiar with, people love that universal principle because it's all about what you can attract to yourself. That's an important principle. But how many of you all know that the universe and the worlds within the universe, they're governed by many universal principles, not just that one law of attraction. Let's be clear. I said the universe is moved by and governed by several universal principles and keys. That's the reason why I got my key on today as a prophetic sign. Watch this. One of the universal principles, one of the many universal principles, which is why you can't just live just off the law of attraction. There are many laws, but the law of attraction is a very important one, and it's a dominant principle, but it's not the only one. The dominancy of the law of attraction is not what some of you are led to believe. The dominance of the reality of the law of attraction, which I told you, I've only known maybe 2 practitioners that have taught this, so I'm not the only one, is that you don't attract what you want. Sit down and listen. Not sit down. I said sit down. The law of attraction is not just you attract what you want. The law of attraction is you attract what you are. God, today, take that in for a minute, baby, and let that brew. Let that simmer. And I'm going to take a sip of water. While I do that, please keep giving us a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Be sure to like and share, family. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, 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 share. Did you catch that? I said the law of attraction. You are misled to believe that it's about you attract what you want. No, you don't just attract what you want. You attract what you are. I like many of you have made mistakes in my life, especially in relationships in times past. But sis, some of the repeat offenders, and in this particular case, I suspect in the case of Mr. Kevin Samuels that you probably have a felony record in your life, a felony a relationship record, where you may feel like you have slim pickings. You feel like that every woman you come across, a black woman, you feel like that she's fat in your eyes. You feel like that she's a number 4 in your eyes. You feel like that she's not submissive enough, bruh. You may say that you're a man of high value. That's what Mr. Kevin Samuels is known for saying, high value men. You may want to be a high value because you feel like you've got $1 million or $2. Now, the information I read about you, there's no way of knowing if that's true or not, what I read about you. But you are probably mad, bro, because you feel that you're a high value, but you are not attracting what you believe to be the counterpart to a high value man. So because you're in your feelings about that, and because you feel disgusted by that, and because you feel like that women are not looking for you like that, you feel like that you're high value. You're saying that you're worth this much, but you keep getting dollar store quality in your mind. You keep getting Goodwill. You keep getting our thrift store. And you saying to yourself, well, I didn't reach $1 million. I didn't reach 2 million. Why isn't she impressed enough about me that she's willing to go to the gym, get down to a size 3, 4, 5, be submissive, don't ask no questions, don't talk back to me, don't always smile, do these things, and all these things I'm telling you, family, are things that I've heard him complain about. This is an issue that you're running into. But I want you to know, bro, I'm not attacking Kevin Samuels personally or Dr. Umar. I want you to know it's a spiritual issue first. You keep getting what you getting because that's what you... The law of attraction is not you simply attract what you want. You attract what you are. And that shouldn't be a thing to be upset about. It's the universe's way. It's the most highest way. It's the creator's way of giving you feedback. How many areas of our lives are we experimenting with fits and starts, trying to get certain things to work in our lives, and we keep running into a wall? You must understand that it is the universe's way not to punish you, but to give you feedback that something is off and not quite aligned. I suggest to you, brother, that the reason you keep getting what you don't believe to be high quality women is because perhaps there are some other metrics, some other variables that you are not including in your formula to this notion of what a high value man is. I teach this. I've taught it before I knew of who Kevin Samuel was. From the jump, I've been teaching you all that the man is the provider and the protector. But those are some heavy, weighty terms that's not just merely one-dimensional. And a part of being a high-value man is not only about your ability to financially provide and to protect. Value, bruh, has to do with your contribution to your people and society as a whole. Your value needs to be about what you are contributing to overall a society, Black society in particular. Now, I'm not here to cape 100% for Dr. Umar, but his statement, I believe, there is accurate. Now, to be honest, full disclosure, I've told you in the past, I've interviewed Dr. Umar. The first interview was absolutely amazing. That was even before I came to YouTube. I was a Fly Nubian Queen on Facebook before I ever came here. When I interviewed Dr. Umar on YouTube, I had reached out to him a long time ago prior to that, like after the first show. But because it's not my nature to chase, even for interviews, I stopped asking for a second interview with him. Seemingly out of nowhere, Dr. Umar responded to me and said he was ready for a second interview, to my surprise. I brought him on Fly Nubian YouTube to do an interview. It seemed that the interview was going well in the beginning. I believed in some of his philosophy, his worldviews. I certainly can appreciate his outspokenness for Black people, the Black family, especially his work for Black children, him being a professional as it relates to being a therapist and a psychologist and so forth. I have great respect for that. And I believe that that work is important now. And I believe in whatever way possible, that unique work is worthy of being supported in some way, in my opinion. Of course, I came to know that he had a school, and I also allowed him to provide the audience with information to support his school if they chose to do so. Even though I knew there was some not just haters, even though I'm sure he had some legit haters, but there were some other folks that expressed concerns in the community, and some folks may have felt that they were justified in that their criticism of him, because he had been saying he was supposed to build the school for a long time. He had raised hundreds of thousands of dollars, I believe, and folks would want to know where was the school. Neither here nor there. I had him on the show. He, in my opinion, began to disrespect me. The video is available on YouTube. I felt, talked over me. He started to bring up other individuals that I have a media partnership with. He brought other folks that had nothing to do with our conversation into it, to where I was forced to end up having to defend that person. I was asking Dr. Umar, please let's not talk about this person. Why don't you have this conversation with that person? Why don't you bring this person on? It's not my responsibility to sit here, and to do that. It's not appropriate, Dr. Umar, for you to be discussing that here on the show. Dr. Umar was very disrespectful to me. That's on YouTube. But I can separate that personally from some of the good work that he does. I felt that he unnecessarily put me on the spot related to whether or not I, quote unquote, supported his school. At that time, of course, I've been legally considered to be disabled because I literally had to stop working. I couldn't even work a 4-hour job, a regular job where I was standing on my feet. And especially at that time, my business, of course, my business is separate from my personal income. But I was making even less then. And I was, as I mentioned before, was certainly medically disabled and was literally getting a pittance each week, and only really once a month. But if you told it out for each week, you understand what I'm saying. So I felt he put me on the spot and unnecessarily embarrassed me. And he started to bring in a beef he had with someone else. He brought it to me, and I felt made me as a woman defend another man when another man could have done it himself. I said all that to say, so I'm not sitting here to cape for Dr. Umar or Kevin Samuels. There may be some truth to both of what they're saying, but in this unique instance, about the overall stance of Kevin Samuels to the Black woman, and that sort of being his lick, I think it's some merit to Dr. Umar's criticism in this particular case. Do you understand? So that's just it. So that's not what this is about. I'm not trying to get anybody to pick any sides here or there. So I want you to know that I still see value in what Dr. Umar does, is what I'm trying to say. And I don't disagree that Kevin Samuels speaks some truth. But I believe the manner in which he speaks the truth and the targeting that he does of Black women undermines whatever truth he tells. What do you mean? Let me say this real quick. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, family. Share, share, share. Again, all of our sisters, tomorrow is the big day. The Secret Money in Your Womb, Part 3. The Secret Money in Your Womb, Part 3, sis. Don't miss it. Join today. Go to flynubianmastermind.com. That's flynubianmastermind.com and join. It's a very reasonable rate. Bring every woman you know. Cash App, PayPal, whatever other women you know. Tell them to sign up as soon as possible. It's tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern. Or join my weekly mastermind for only $1 for an entire month. You get unbelievable access to some of the best content and mastermind courses you ever gonna get. Talk Black to me at clubvicki.com, clubvicki.com for $1. On the count of 3, for those of you that haven't hit that thumbs up button, let me go further with this. Let me go further with this. Let me go further with this. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Again, go to clubvicki.com, join for $1, and you get in free tomorrow. If you join my weekly mastermind for $1, you get in free tomorrow. Or if you don't want to do it that way, no problem. Like I said, no problem. Just go straight to flynubianmastermind.com. Go to flynubianmastermind.com. Now this, I told you earlier that I saw so many videos, right? And I really wanted to find a video that had a compilation of some of Kevin Samuels' content all together. So I'm going to cue this because I'm not going to play this whole video. I'm not going to play this whole video. But this particular clip compilation that had several, so I don't have to keep playing 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 videos, and to just get to the point is really what I'm trying to do. This clip that I have here is from Lovely T, it says, but I want you to hear the compilation. I always believe in giving credit is due, to whom credit is due. Now let me see if I can get this to the right spot for this little clip, because I wanted to make it simple. Listen to a little bit of Kevin Samuels' content. And during that time, if you had... Let me say this. Some of his content is explicit, and it may be inappropriate for children. So if you have your children, or if you're someone that's easily triggered, just be aware that you're going to listen to just a short little bit of it. But I've got to let you know what's really going on so that you can understand why I think it's a serious enough topic for me to weigh in on. Again, this is all covered under the Copyright Act of 1976. This is all under Copyright Act of 1976. This is under Copyright Act of 1976 for fair use. I just want you to listen to some of the audio. Thanks.
During what time? When I was younger?
During the time during the time you fell off, were you having sex at any time during that time?
Yeah, for sure. You know,
and that's the problem, guys. You continue to stick your penis in this. That's the problem.
He's talking about this lady. He's telling men that that's what they stick their you know what's in.
So I didn't get on the camera and start talking about mediocre men when big as a planet, smoking a cigarette. I mean, what am I supposed to do with this? It's like, okay, I cannot honestly sit back and listen to a woman who's built like the planet Ego talk about mediocre men while she's smoking on a motherfucking Newport. Are you serious? I mean, you broke the far too many dudes.
Okay, so that's a little bit of some of his how he often handles women.
And again, that has nothing to do with feminism. It has everything to do with power. You cannot be an average man wanting women to submit to you and bow down just because you have a penis. Why would anybody want to deal with?
Let's see. I'm intelligent. I'm motivated. I have my own business. I maintain my own lifestyle. I'm not understanding the full scope of your question.
Well, see, that's the problem now, ain't it? You just described yourself as the man. See, you got to understand what the men want. And nothing you said in there was anywhere close to being feminine, beautiful, inspirational, caring, loving. The way you're talking almost sound like a dude. Better go back to your husband. That's all you got. Especially in New York. What part of New York?
Brooklyn.
Oh, yeah. No, it's done. And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
How much do you weigh?
180.
Goodbye.
Okay, how much do you weigh?
220.
I weigh 210 and I'm 6'4". You broke the first rule. See, you ladies don't mind breaking the rules. The men are visual. The men want women that are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. I don't mind being the size of, I'm sorry, you're 5'8"?
I'm 5'8".
You're about the size of Emmett Smith or Barry Sanders was. You're a running back size.
Okay.
You can hit the A-gap like a motherfucker.
Yeah, all right.
So don't come in here and talk about what men should not be able to do when they got to accept somebody who can run out the power I.
Now that you've heard a little bit about how he gets down, for some of you that are slow, willfully and intentionally, and like to cape for foolishness, toxicity, the first thing that you must keep in mind, as I always say, is that we're at war. I said we're at war. So me weighing in on this topic has to do with the power and the importance of the Black family. Now, let me say this. The nucleus for realizing a new world where we will rule and we don't have to experience white supremacy as the dominant force, and we are free to truly seek a life of happiness, is the Black family. The Black family is that nucleus for that new reality. Number two, because we're at war now, the headquarters where these different battles go down from should be the Black home. Get your emotional little selves out of here. I told you my perspective is spiritual. Don't come to my channel and my show. This Fly Nubian Queen. There are other queens on here, but don't come to my show talking about speaking facts. I'm giving you facts. I'm giving you a different perspective. That's all you want is facts, because facts are the only thing you feel like that you control. And I'm trying to explain to you why we're missing the overall thing. It's a spiritual issue too. Sit down somewhere. We're in war. The issue, here's some facts that I have with Mr. Kevin Samuels, is that Mr. Kevin Samuels regularly compares Black women to white women. He talks about how demure and how playful, how carefree, and how submissive white women are. He talked about how white women often smile. Why am I bringing this up? For those of you knuckleheads that want me to give you some facts, here's a fact. Any Black male that regularly invokes the white woman who's a part of the oppressive class as the standard and the manner in which we're supposed to be. On the one hand, you say you got other people's hair in your head, which y'all so idiotic. Most women's hair, I don't care if you get the cheap one or you get the most expensive. Some of you all don't even know what you're talking about when you say white women's hair. Most sourced hair anyway don't come from European slowness. But that's another subject. Notwithstanding, we're at war. Kevin Samuels, you are a problem and an enemy to the Black community because you regularly use the enemy's woman, who's in and of it herself an enemy to Black people and Black society, as the standard and the pattern and the manner in which not just what we should look, but our manner of being. That is your first biggest sin, is you invoke the white woman. And Kevin regularly says This is only a problem with black women. 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 You don't get to say you trying to look like a white woman here, but the standard, the manner in which you want us to behave and to think, you keep invoking the white woman, our open enemy. You don't get to do that, bruh. You do not get to compare the black woman and use the white woman as the standard. And he does this often. So that's number one. The other thing with you, bro, some of you say you black women don't want to listen. You don't get to say that after what I told you a few minutes ago. It's not about whether a black woman listens. It's about whether or not you are operating in the true universal law of attraction, which is you ain't no high value man, which is why you have a problem attracting a high value woman. The issue is not whether or not a woman will listen. It's the fact that you are not that man. The law of attraction. You attract what you are. You attract what you are. You attract what you are, not what you want. Your spiritual alignment is off. I said your spiritual alignment is off. And that's why you're mad. And so because you are spiritually aligned and misaligned, you are talking about things only superficial. You're only talking about how a woman looks. You're only talking about how a woman weighs because you're only a low-level 3D individual. Boom! I'm not your regular YouTuber. Vicki deals with higher level things. We're multidimensional beings. So for those of you that are saying, well, are you saying that him telling someone that they're too big is wrong? No. Listen. I'm underweight for my height right now. And when I was overweight, I lost it on my own accord. And I was in a relationship with a man. And at the time, the loving was so good. It was easy for me to love myself and to treat myself well. And the only reason I was overweight in the first place was because I was working 7 days a week, wasn't eating often, but when I did eat, it was the wrong foods and it was late at night and I would go to sleep to get right back up to go right back to work again. I wasn't putting me first. I did it with relative ease, number one, because I realized my value and I put me first. Number two, the relationship I was in after I had already started to lose weight, at the beginning part especially, the loving was so good, it was easy. So is you too, bro. And so because you don't know how to act as a man on that spiritual level, you can still tell a woman, sis, I know you may think you all that, but it's not that. You can still, a real man knows how to talk to a woman. A real man knows how to talk to a woman. You can still make it clear to the woman that she should lose weight, that she should take care of herself without sitting there calling her a mother effer and all but a linebacker, calling her a football something or another. And we're not talking about some black person that we know to be an enemy to black society. You are treating and you are describing the average black woman this way. You do not get to say who cares about how he says it. The manner in which he says it is masculine and it's inappropriate to speak to a woman like that. the universal spiritual metaphysical principle that governs the reason why some of you men have resistance with women is it's written, death and life is in the power of the tongue. You do not get to say when you're talking to a woman that's on your side of the war, that loves you, that might be amenable to changing, but you're frustrated because you don't know how to get the results, bruh. Bruh, you ain't a man enough to know how to get the results. I'm your sister. I'm trying to tell you how to make it work. And I'm trying to tell you why you still running into resistance, even though you keep saying you a high value man. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. The scripture says in Isaiah even how the Messiah is a messianic text, even though it's not just limited to the one individual man, but the messianic text talks about how his mouth would be like a sword. Why am I saying that? It matters how you speak to the woman. It is a spiritual thing. You mess with our spiritual constitutions when you speak to us in that way. And truth be told to some of you men, truth be told to some of you brothers, the manner in which Kevin Samuels talked to these women, you brothers would not allow another man to talk to you like that.
And how tall are you?
I'm 5'4".
How much do you weigh?
180.
Goodbye.
Okay, how much do you weigh?
220.
I weigh 210 and I'm 6'4". You broke the first rule. See, you ladies don't mind breaking the rules. The men are visual. The men want women that are fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive. I don't mind being the size of, I'm sorry, you're 5'8"?
I'm 5'8".
You're about the size of Emmett Smith or Barry Sanders was. You're running back size.
Okay.
Some of you men can't even handle being talked crazy to like that. The nature of the woman and the man. Let me help some of you understand something. Thumbs up, share, share, share. Share, share, share. I know we're early today, family. I came on early. Let me tell you something. You find in ancient texts, not just the Bible, I'm talking about ancient texts, that there is always a feminine energy, a masculine energy. There's always a feminine energy, a masculine energy. And when you are dealing with such things like even the word wisdom in philosophical and even many spiritual contexts is referred to often in the feminine. There are other unique energies that's referred to in the feminine. There's a fleeting nature. There's a spirit and an energetic nature. There's a flowing nature. So when you bring all your masculinity to the woman in a disrespectful manner, bruh, even she's not able to explain how you're throwing stuff off. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. You do not get to talk to us like that. You do not expect us to jump to the quote unquote truth you're telling. Let me tell you something. How many of you know folks that have had surgery? Some of you yourselves may have had surgery. How many of you have had anesthesia? I've had a few procedures. I've had to have anesthesia. Because of my illness, I've had to have some procedures where I had to be under anesthesia. Right now, the regular doctors want to actually take one of my organs and do major surgery. Why do they put you under anesthesia? Why do they numb you in certain parts? Let me help you today. It's because it can be painful when they cut into you. You need to be in an appropriate state for them to do surgery. The surgeon has a knife. A knife can kill you or it can heal you. God today, depending on whose hands it's in. A trained surgeon knows how to take the knife and cut and heal. But a reckless and uncaring individual. See, this is how we know you don't really truly care about the woman or the family, when you don't even care enough to make sure your approach is appropriate. You can't tell me, Negro, oh, I'm just worried about the obesity epidemic amongst Black women. Fool! You superficial, and you're mad that you can't get what you consider to be a sexy woman. So you so mad because in your mind, you rich enough, you think you cute enough, and you're frustrated because you ain't been able to attract a woman. So you've been taking it out on every woman you see. So when you see a fat woman, you start to call her fat, disgusting, on and on and on and on, because you're frustrated as to why you can't attract another one kind of woman. If you really cared about her physical health, fool, you, like a skilled surgeon, could still use a knife and not do undue damage. An unskilled surgeon wouldn't care if you were under anesthesia. They wouldn't care if you had the necessary pain medicines and numbing medicines that's necessary. They would not care. They would just take the knife and start jabbing your chest open. And while they claim they're supposed to go in to heal your heart, in the process, they're puncturing. In the process, they're puncturing your lungs. In the process, they accidentally cut into your colon, mess with your liver. It matters. And you do not get to say, stop reacting that way, when the seed that you sowed and the way you initiated was bringing death and not life. The spiritual principle says death and life is in the power of the tongue. That's an energy that's coming out of your mouth. And it's especially dangerous to a woman that has an open ear to hear what you say, because she's receiving something inside of her that's reshaping and remaking us in ways that even the sister doesn't understand. And to the degree that you may say, well, even this Black woman over here agrees. Yes, many of us sisters agree we need to lose weight. Many of us agree that obesity is a problem. But like other people, but especially as a Black woman, the Black woman has been inundated with so many other life things that no, she hasn't made you a priority, bro. She hasn't even made herself a priority. And so Kevin Samuel's other little place where he itches, he doesn't like the fact that Black women don't feel it's a big enough emergency to desire a Black man. That's offensive to him. He tells Black women, then you're just gonna die alone. Fat, blankety blank blank, or whatever words or whatever analogies he uses to disrespectfully describe them. Let me tell y'all something. Some of you are mad, brothers. Some of you are taken to YouTube to air out your grievances, to go off on Black women, because you guys are shocked that more and more Black women are actually willing to go to the grave. You're shocked that some Black women are actually willing to live and die without you. But what you don't understand is that some of the stuff that's happening is spiritual. And do you all also know that a lot of what's happening and the reason why a woman is not sexually properly aroused, there are not natural things within her to want to take care of herself. And a lot of the problems is what's wrong with you, brothers. And this is what you're missing in your commentary, in my opinion. There are hormonal things. I'm I'm telling you what I've learned from certain experts on this as well, and research. There are hormonal imbalances that have to do with one's attitude, one's thinking. Do you all know that a lot of what we're drinking, a lot of what we're eating, stuff in our environment is so poisonous today, more than it was even 20, 30, 40, 50 years ago, that some of the way we're behaving, some of the stuff and the way some of us are acting off, we're not in our normal feminine state. There are a lot of hormonal things that are happening on a level that we didn't even know. Some of you see pictures of me, videos of me. My face, I can pull them up, is so round. It's like my face, I was feeling still beautiful then. My face was so big and round, glowing like the sun. But I was on way more steroids. I was on so many prescription medicines. A part of the coughing that I do now, and a part of my new holistic doctor, in addition to my regular team that I have, regular doctors, medical doctors, I have a holistic doctor. It was messing with my feminine cycle. I'm trying to get honest with you all. It messed with my emotions. It messed with my temperament. I was not only on prescription drugs, family. I was not on a whole bunch of steroids, and steroids automatically. That's a part of it. It wasn't just I was eating. Due to the nature of my illness, I'm not even keeping on proper weight. The steroids was to help slow some of that down for me. It automatically made my body round and larger in some areas. They did it to address some of the other symptoms I was having. You can tell the difference from a video I did even from 10 months ago, 11 months ago, because I'm not on those same steroids now. My emotions were different. Nobody has time to be thinking about what a man wants when you're trying to live. That's my story. When you're trying to stay out of the ER and being admitted into the hospital and having numerous procedures, you're not thinking about you. Just like some women are so overtaken with the cares of life and their children, they're not in their normal, natural, feminine state. Put us back in a garden, brother, so we can feed off of life stuff and see what type of harvest you get then. You cannot acknowledge that we're in a system of white supremacy. You cannot acknowledge that a woman is feminine and different and our Constitution is different. You cannot say that environments don't matter and that a woman is in a stressful environment. She eats, she does those things, that serves as her man, that serves as her comfort. You can't act like environments don't dictate how a person behaves. If she is not in an appropriate environment, you cannot expect a natural response. Yes, for the woman, hormones do matter. It matters to whether she desires to please a man. It matters how she takes care of herself. It matters her feminine traits. If her cycle is off, the hormones that comes with that messes with how a woman moves and how she behaves in the world. And the fact that whenever you hear Kevin Samuels talk to a woman, he hardly ever lets her finish her thoughts. The reason he does that is because he does not honor the differences between the sexes. Because men and women are different, he doesn't care to hear what the woman says or thinks. And so he cuts the woman off when she tries to articulate herself. And some women are not even trying to be anti-male. Some women just were inarticulate in some of how they were trying to respond to Kevin. And Kevin says what? I've heard him say, that right there, he cut him off. He said, that's going to go viral. He'll say, that's going to be on World Star. I've heard him say it. He will let them say something while the woman is still trying to come up with the right words because we are emotional. The woman is trying to express what she's thinking. She's trying to say it. She doesn't always say it right. But how many of you all know that when you're dealing with a woman, even if we say it wrong, sometimes you should hear it right. He'll cut them off so that they can't bring clarity, so he can take one snippet and make it go viral, and then reinforcing some of you other weak bussies that listen to him. See, that's another woman that says it. See, Kevin is proving it. See, this woman right here just says she don't want a man, don't need a man. I know there's some women that actually think that. I give those women work on the Vicki show. I'm the one that calls out black feminists who disrespects black men. I call them the League of Mammies. I tell black women like Professor Crunk, who told black women, suggested that they stop having sex with their black men if they voted for the Republican Party. I told sis that she needs to refrain from talking and messing up black marriages. So don't come for me, baby. Let me say this. For those of you just tuning in, my name is Vicki Dillard. I'm normally here weekdays, Monday through Friday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern on Fly Nubian Queen. I'm early today. I'm doing a special show. No notifications went out, but I see some of you all showed up. Welcome. Again, no notifications went out. I'm on early. I need to get myself together for tomorrow. I have not just medically, physically, I got some stuff to do because I got an intensive tomorrow. The intensive, by the way, to all of my beautiful sisters that are listening to me, is The Secret Money in Your Womb. The Secret Money in Your Womb webinar part 3, Money Talks. This is important, even the webinar I'm doing, because the webinar I'm doing goes in alignment with the fact that women and men are different. And so the point of these webinars I'm doing is for the women to understand that we have unique traits and powers within our womb that we can access to manifest. Sis, if you want to get some of those, that knowledge tomorrow, and specifically talking about how money talks to us, I'll explain what that means. You can get there. Meet us tomorrow. It's the perfect Mother's Day gift too. But bring you and every woman you know, even if she's not a mother, even if she's a young girl, a teenager, bring her as well, because she needs to know this knowledge. Sign up today at flynubianmastermind.com. The link should be in the chat. flynubianmastermind.com. Or if you sign up for my weekly mastermind at clubvicky.com for $1, you get in tomorrow free. So there's two ways. You can just pay to come in. It's a very reasonable fee, very reasonable. Go to flynubianmastermind.com to attend tomorrow's 2-hour webinar. If not, if you sign up for my weekly mastermind that I do at clubvicky.com, it's only $1 for the first month. Plus, you'll get in free tomorrow because you sign up at Club Vicki for $1 today. Those are the two ways. The links are in the chat. Now, let me get back to this. I'm speaking to you as a sister, and I'm speaking to you from my heart. Some of you sisters have even said, oh, well, Kevin says some things that are true. I've said that too. But I've said it not out loud to the public, because I'm not trying to get the public to rely on the fact that he tells some truth. A white supremacist will admit that the sun shines. That's the truth. A white supremacist will admit that it snows. A white supremacist will tell the truth sometimes. But that is no justification to overlook some of the very other poisonous things that folks do that's foundational and that can undermine the quote unquote truth that you tell. Go back to the analogy I just gave. A surgeon has a knife. It's how you use the knife. A surgeon is skillful in how he enters to do the work on the inside so he does not cause unnecessary damage. They ensure that there's anesthesia. They ensure that you don't feel the pain when you have to go under. Some of you don't even care enough. Some of the way you men talk to us is you don't care if the woman has anesthesia. You don't care if we have necessary pain medicines. You just gonna give it to you the way you want to give it. And then you giving off masculine energy and got the nerve to turn around and flap your funny looking feminine lips and say, why are you acting masculine, woman? You giving us a masculine energy. You're coming into us like a masculine man. That's an energy. That's spiritual. And most folks aren't able to overcome it because most folks are not spiritually alert and awake to know what's even got them feeling that way. Don't tell me it doesn't matter how he says it. You ain't giving no anesthesia, bro. You're not caring if you're going to puncture someone's lungs in the process of you doing heart surgery. And more than that, don't forget the point I made earlier, that this is first a spiritual issue. The law of attraction, the truth of the law of attraction is not that you attract what you want, you attract what you are. Kevin Samuels and those like him, this is not personal. Not just him, women, me. If there's something in my life that I keep running into, that's the universe telling me there's a problem. You attract what you are. You attract what you are. You attract what you are. Don't come saying she needs to lose weight. She better get her hair. It's more than that. If you were rightly aligned, bruh, you will see over time that you're going to begin to attract that. Sisters, some of your deadbeat men and brothers or whatever that you keep saying you're running into, you keep talking about they dogs, but guess what? You are the common denominator. You can't be married 7 times and turn around and expect us to believe that in all 7 of those marriages, every single one of those women you was married to was in the wrong. It was all of them. I'm going to say it again. Some of you all don't like that I'm talking spiritual because you want to blame it on somebody else. Ooh, you don't like me talking this spirit stuff because you love to blame it on somebody else. You follow these kinds of people in droves because it gives you comfort to blame someone else. You get to skirt responsibility, but it's you. You attract not what you want, you attract what you are. You love Kevin because he feeds your weaknesses. He feeds the areas in your life where you can't quite get it together. But it's you. You attract not what you want. You attract what you are. You attract what you are. You attract what you are. You ain't going to get Vicki caught up in just whether or not is it right to be obese. You know it's not right to be obese, slowness, but a real man who knows how to talk to a woman. His good loving, how he is can help to promote that. But if you're not in a relationship, sis, you don't need to be thinking about a man first. That's the reason why, Kevin, so many women are obese. And you don't have the skill, no disrespect, in my opinion, to get to the heart of the matter. Yes, he may have a handful of women that say, I learned something from Kevin. This helped me. But who cares about that handful when so many over here feels like there's so much great damage you're doing to them? And the great damage that Kevin is doing is not just because of the number of women that call him. It's because of his large audiences that's listening to him, including young people. And so some who think that this is the way to be, this is the way to act. And it's not. Let me say this. Somebody saying, who is Kevin? Kevin Samuels. If you missed the beginning of the show, make sure you watch all of the show. Kevin Samuels is an internet guy who has grown in influence recently, mostly because of the disrespectful and abrasive ways he speaks to Black women. It's not that we disagree that Black women, many of whom needs to lose weight. The issue, Kevin, you need to be focused on is you trying to raise up Black men, to be the providers and the protectors, so that sis don't have to be working all them jobs and eating all that stuff at night. You should be focused on trying to refine the man as a masculine man, as provider, protector, and leader. So when you all operate and you're activating properly, as acting as you should, do you all know that because your force field is properly working, because your vibratory frequency is what it should be, you're going to cause that to happen in your counterpart, the woman. The woman is not what she needs to be because too many of you are not what you're to be. I don't let the woman off the hook. But this show is not about just women. This is about the undue damage, the unnecessary damage and influence that someone like a Kevin Samuels is having, not just on older Black men, but on the younger generation. And we're at war. I've said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it. Men and women are different. The man and the woman's essence, they're both divine. I'm a divine being. You're a divine being, bro. You're a god. I'm a goddess. I know some say, both are gods, but I use the word goddess to just emphasize the feminine aspect of the guy. Our essence is the same. Pay attention. Our essence is the same, but our functions are different. Our essence is the same, but our functions are different. I said our essence is the same, but our functions are different. Which is why I'm doing The Secret Money in Your Womb, my third installment, because women have been operating even economically in masculine energy. See, I'm giving you all kinds of secrets that I ain't got no business saying out loud because this is a part of one of my webinars. We women have been able to make a lot of money, and in some instances, way more than some of you brothers, because we were in a hustle mode. That's why some of you all hear me say, I don't believe in hustling. I know what we mean when we say side hustle. You know what I mean. But I'm talking about in terms of that whole notion of approaching life with the hustle, can't rest, always got to be, do, be. No, guess what? Women operating in their masculine energy have actually gotten results. But many of them still feel empty. And just because you can get results by doing something one way doesn't mean it's the way it's meant to be. And it doesn't mean that you are receiving all of the abundance in life that you deserve if we were aware and knew how to operate in our feminine energy. In some instances, we were made and forced to operate in our masculine energy. And we haven't come out of it. So to the degree that there are Black men that are genuinely reaching out to Black women to tell us this, number one, brothers, you acting like y'all the only one. There are plenty of Black women that's out there that's talking about femininity. It's a shocker because we see so many men weighing in on feminine issues now. And that's another reason why you brothers are getting a lot of play. Some of the sisters who are teaching this, sisters who are telling women how not to be so masculine, that's giving those sisters what they need to do to work on themselves, what they need to do to lose weight, what they need to do to beautify themselves. You all don't blow up those ladies, because it's unusual to be in a state now where men are dedicating so much time to tell women what to do. That's unusual. Not for men to tell the woman how they're hurt, things that they should do and know. Y'all know what I mean. You know the difference. We don't do stupid. We don't play dumb on the Vicki Show. I know several women who don't get the airtime, who y'all don't blow up, that talk about femininity. And once again, you have the bussies in my chat talking about because y'all don't listen. If you're still saying y'all don't listen after I just broke down to you the fact, the spiritual law that you're attracting what you're getting, bruh, because you ain't no high value man, you're missing my point, and you need to go to Kevin Samuels' show right now. Get off of here. If you're still saying the woman doesn't listen, you are spiritually stupid. You are missing what I'm saying. It's not about whether she listens. It's about what you are emanating spiritually. You are off. You're not really a high value man is what I'm saying, because you can't attract what you want. It's something off in you spiritually. That's why you love Kevin. And I heard a Black professional therapist say this. I forget the brother's name. I was listening to so much content. But I heard it was a Black professional therapist. He weighed in on this. He said, and I didn't get to hear the whole thing, being 100% honest, but the part that I heard, he said, what man, and this is a Black masculine man. He's a therapist. He's a doctor. A Black doctor therapist said this about Kevin Samuels. He said, in the Kevin Samuels situation, he wasn't saying it about him alone, but just in general. He said, what Black man feels comfortable listening to another Black man talk to another woman that way? He said, this kind of conversations that Kevin Samuels is having, some of these conversations and stuff are things that should be held in private anyway. Thank you. That's his name. Oh God, it went away. Wallace. Somebody just told me his name. Oh my God, the screen is moving so fast I can't see the first name. It's something with a W. Whatever that was, I think that's right. Wallace or something. Anyway, I don't know if I'll be able to see it, y'all. There's too many things coming up here. It's too many. Thank you, Dr. Rick Wallace. Shout out to Dr. Rick Wallace. I believe that's his name. Look, I ain't double checked it now, but I think that's it. Dr. Rick Wallace said something I thought was so powerful. He said, these are the kind of conversations anyway that would be held. And again, I didn't listen to the whole thing, family, but the part that I heard, I'm being honest, it was so profound what he said. He said, what man would feel comfortable sitting there listening to another man talk to a woman that way? And if a man was having these rough conversations, this is not even something that should be held in public on a regular basis like that. And he also intimated that this is clear that something may have been going on in Kevin Samuels' life with some woman, whether it's your mama, your auntie, girlfriend, something is off. And that's all I'm saying. You guys want me to run to say, you saying it's okay to be obese? Shut up. I've already said and made that clear. You want to skip if obesity is what you're really worried about, that has to do with health, right? You don't get to mess with my spiritual health that ultimately has a direct connection to my physical health by disrespecting me, talking crazy, and making Black women the target. There are some problematic women. We often speak to that. I often speak to that. There is a sick and disgusting and corrupt Black feminine movement that's going around that hates Black men. I regularly speak to that. I hardly ever talk on these kinds of things on the Vicki Show when I'm specifically going at a brother who calls out a Black woman and disproportionately wants to target us because you feel that you're the one to keep telling us what to do. And the fact that some of you men are the one that keep defending him in a way that you would never defend a woman lets me know you are sick and disgusting, and you ain't no real Black masculine men. Black masculine men don't spend their time unnecessarily defending another man who many say is feminine anyway. When you see how Kevin Samuels interacts, to me, some of y'all say he's feminine because because the way he dressed. Y'all seen him cross his legs like a woman. Some of y'all say, I done seen all kind of stuff out there about Kevin Samuels, and y'all are saying those are the things that make him feminine. I'm saying I believe some of that exterior stuff is feminine, not all of it. But the biggest thing I'm saying that is feminine about him is the manner in which he's approaching the woman and the manner in which he whines. Men that whines like that, men never used to talk this much. Men knew that if they talked this much about a woman, it was clear that they didn't know how to get one. Real men back in the day didn't air out stuff with women all the time because folks knew, oh, he must not have no woman or can't get one. He don't got a swag. Real men know how to make their points to a woman without doing all that, without ripping her up and tearing her down. And I'm going to say this. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. Some of you men are offended, especially in my opinion, that Kevin Samuels, because Kevin Samuels says this all the time. Then you just going to die without a man. You just going to die with your dogs. You're going to die with your cats. Let me tell y'all something. In my opinion, he is partly offended that women don't consider it to be an emergency to live or die without it. I'm going to say it again. In my opinion, and I've listened to a lot of this brother's content in preparation for this, you are shocked and offended. In your mind, Kevin, you think you're so sexy and cute. In your mind, you say, I've reached this point in my life where I'm making a lot of money. It should be easy for me to get an attractive, slim black woman who's submissive and feminine and stuff, right? So you're so mad, bro, because you keep saying the numbers show that a lot of black women are dying without getting married. And you are shocked that enough black women don't consider that to be a big enough emergency. And what you don't understand is that it's really you. It's a spiritual issue. And even when those women come on his show, most of the women tell him, no, I do want to be married. Some of the women tell him, I don't want to die alone. Some of the women say, I want to have children. Some of the women say, I would love to be in a wonderful relationship. Then Kevin turn around and say, he want to know why they ain't lost weight fast enough yet, if they believe that. Why is it that you're not appealing to the man's senses? Let me tell you something. It's spiritual. And I told you that there's another thing that's missing, and that is a hormonal issue with women. Not just with women, with men. You men are so feminine. And Dr. Wesley Muhammad, shout out to Dr. Wesley Muhammad. And it's not Dr. Wesley only that did this, but I'm saying he's really well known for this. Obviously, the research shows this. I've discussed it. But I always like to say this with Dr. Wesley because he's known, he's lectured on this. Some of you men are so feminine and docile. And when I say feminine, it's not just that you wear lipstick or wear polish and you put on a dress. When we're talking about effeminate men, I'm not talking about just your attire. I'm talking about also your behavior. Many men, when they see that their woman, their mothers in some cases, their sisters, y'all have sent me footage where some of you brothers are capturing on camera your own woman being mistreated or manhandled by white police officers mostly. And you still sitting there calling him sir, while they're physically manhandling her. No masculine man would allow the life and the person of their mother or their woman to be placed in jeopardy. Some of y'all's weed is doing that to you all. That's what Dr. Wesley was breaking down. The science, not the speculation. He was breaking down the science of how your weed feminizes the man. And for the woman that smokes it, it makes her masculine. Being effeminate, the way Kevin Samuel wants the woman to be docile and demure and not aggressive, that's exactly how some of you brothers are in the face of white supremacy. And some of you are like that because of the drugs that you take, because of some of the foods, the poisons that they put in our foods, the poisons they put in our water, the poisons that's in our environments. And some of you all are not even aware of these threats that are intentional, that causes you to be undermined. You love when you see Minister Farrakhan, some of you. You love when some of you all that ain't got nothing to do with the Nation of Islam. You don't even know how they do stuff, but you want to tell the nation how they should have treated Malcolm X. You don't even know all the rules and the regulations that went with that. But some of you love Malcolm X because you consider him to be the ultimate masculine man. Some of you revere him, and some of you that revere him know full well that you would never have the courage that he, and for that matter, even Dr. Martin Luther King had. Some of you brothers, if you be honest, even if you don't admit it out loud, you know full well that the boldness that some of these men had, you lack. Some of you may not even wonder why. Some of you probably do wonder why. If you're wondering why, I submit to you that a part of it is the conditioning and programming that we're getting bombarded from government and from media and from society. That's one part. That's why you're weak and scared. But another reason is what's, again, everything in white supremacy is weaponized, including your water, your food, and so many other things. There are things that are happening in unseen places that's affecting your inability to act as a masculine man. And I'm trying to say it's the same way with the woman. The woman is not her full feminine self. Some areas of our lives, we lack the feminine, what's the word I'm looking for? We lack the feminine urge, instinct. And a lot of it is also hormonal. The stuff we're consuming, the environments we're in is different than the environment of some of y'all's grandmothers and your great-grandmothers. And it's messing with our constitution. It's messing with our body makeup. And we're acting in some areas unnecessarily masculine. But there are situations that you all helped to put us in that also helped forced us to be masculine. My commentary today, I didn't even get to all of what was in my heart to say to you, except to say that one thing you can take away from what I said today that most people aren't talking about is that this is a spiritual issue. You attract not what you want, but what you are. And if you're not attracting what you want, you can't say because this woman or because this man or because this situation. No, it's you, baby. Something in your spiritual alignment is off. That's number one. Number two, you're forgetting how your open enemy weaponizes your music. Your open enemy weaponizes media. Your open enemy weaponizes your food and every other area that helps to weaken and alter our normal instincts. Somebody say, I'm lost on this one, Vicki. Well, you're going to be lost. Grown-ups know how to still not have the answers, but to ponder and listen and re-listen until the answer comes. You don't expect me to answer all your life's questions in a 2-hour broadcast. Grown-ups don't say that. When you're in different environments and you're hearing a different opinion, there's news I read all the time. Recently, I was reading some stuff on the cryptocurrency related to a black man who the government brought charges with. The latest I read, he turned himself in. He was in Asia. He turned himself in, this black man, this genius black man in cryptocurrency. I posted about this on Twitter and I put it in my Instagram stories. When I was reading half that stuff, I didn't understand all of the economic language. But intelligent people know to put themselves in environments where they're uncomfortable and when they don't know it all. And even the stuff I don't know, I shut up and read and I absorb. I wait. And then I read something else. You're using this as an excuse not to understand. You can't say you truly love the black woman when you won't even listen to what she has to say. And when you don't even care why she's fat in the first place. Why she's not as feminine as she should be in the first place. Why she's not as cooperative. When you don't even care to know that, get you a white woman. Let's just leave it at that. Get you a white woman. Whatever woman you want, you was talking about, that's got to go. Get her. Get her. Black women, let me see you tomorrow. All of you. As many women as possible tomorrow. The Secret Money in Your Womb. Saturday, May 8th. Tomorrow, Saturday, May 8th. I'm doing a special 2-hour webinar. The Secret Money in Your Womb, Part 3. We're going to be talking about money talks. Money talks. Money talks. Join today at flynubianmastermind.com. Flynubianmastermind.com. Give your mama, your sister-in-law, your daughter, your niece the money. Tell them to sign up. Or go to clubvicky.com. Join that for $1. That's my weekly mastermind. If you join my weekly mastermind for $1 today, you get in free tomorrow. Can't nobody say Vicki don't ride for black masculine men. Baby, I've been on this buck-breaking tip. I've been on exposing that. I've been speaking on behalf of black men, riding for black men. When other black women came for me, I was standing with you, brothers. I coined the phrase League of Mammy. I do back-to-back-to-back shows exposing dangerous black women that's being used by white society while she's disrespecting the black community. That's me. So you don't get to tell me I'm not being fair about this. My situation, my discussion is not caping for Dr. Umar. I told you about one of my interactions with Dr. Umar that was not very good, and I felt disrespected by him. But I don't let that personal situation overshadow perhaps some of the other good he's doing in some other areas. I brought that up because this is obviously a more high-profile issue with those two men, and I wanted to bring some feminine insight to it. Yes, I'm bold. Yes, I use my hands when I talk. Yes, my volume goes up and down. Yes, I laugh. Yes, I'm banging the gavel. But that's my unique purpose here when I'm reaching the world as my unique assignment as a shifter. But how I operate in my day-to-day relationships, familially, platonically, romantically, is different from how I am here. And I don't owe anybody an explanation for that difference. But I'm doing it just to offer a supplement as to more on this, because we're dealing with the different dynamic of the male and the female. And in case you're thinking that, I wanted you to understand why. I can't wait to see you tomorrow, my dear sisters. Make sure that you like, share, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I need to take care of myself and get ready for the evening. I love you to pieces. Thank you for tuning in to an early edition of the Vicki Show. I can't wait to see you again.